Hello, YouTube. My name is Yolanda. This is my first video, so video number one. And that's my little pupper. That's Pocket. But anyway, I decided to start a YouTube channel because I lost my daughter 2.5 years ago, and I feel like that I'm sure that there's thousands of channels out there. I really didn't find any, but I started this channel because I wanted to open up a space where if you just need to talk or you're feeling some kind of way, you know that you can come to this channel and have someone to talk to, because I don't feel like for myself, I don't feel like, even though I'm surrounded by family and friends, I don't feel like I actually have someone that I can talk to. So I decided to start a channel where you can just come and, you can just talk. So, a little bit about I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I think that this is basically just an introduction video. And then the next video will be a little bit about my daughter that I lost. And then I figured I would just do it like my daughter that I lost, this, and everything that I've gone through basically at this point, which is kind of crazy to me, but I'm sure that other people have probably experienced the same thing that I've been experiencing. Is when I first lost my daughter, you just kind of think that you'll have support from family, you'll have support from friends. Didn't work that way. Once you bury that person, everybody goes back to their own lives, and you're just kind of left with yourself and left with your thoughts, and to me, it's not a good thing. They keep saying, see a therapist, or so on and so forth. Well, it's not as easy just to say, see a therapist. The problem is finding the right therapist. I haven't been able to find one in 2.5 years. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with seeing a therapist. And I also don't see anything wrong if you take medication. I don't see anything wrong with that. I do both. And the medication has really helped me a lot, just to get through this day by day. Family, not so much. So-called friends, not so much. So I just want this to be a safe place, where you can just come and talk about it. I don't care if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. But people need someone to talk to. And I know some days I just feel like I'm drowning in sorrow and depression. And, hell, there's no one to talk to. So anyway, that's what this channel will be for. I will give a little bit about my background, and then the next video I will, like I said, tell a little bit about my daughter and what happened to her. Well, I have 3 daughters, and that's another weird thing, because with my oldest daughter being gone, you still say, well, I still have 3 daughters, whether she's here or not. That was still my firstborn child. She was 36 when she died. She left behind 3 children. At the time, her oldest son was 8. Then she had a 2-year-old daughter, and then she had a 9-month-old son that she left behind. And that's another story that I will talk about when I talk about the fathers. There's 2 fathers. She wasn't married to the first one, but she was married to the second one. And I guess the hard thing is, well, of course, losing my daughter was the hardest. And then just the people that I thought would be supportive that surrounded me, to find out all the negative bullshit and energy coming from them, that was, another blow for me. Because, like I said, the people that you thought would be there, not so much. It's almost as if they decided to make life even harder. Because at the time, I lived in Texas, and my daughter lived in Denver. So when she died, the older boy, I knew he was going to do fine. But the younger two, the father called and he said, hey, I really need help with these babies. Do you mind moving back for a little bit? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. I will come back. Well, I packed up I had my youngest daughter at the time. She was a senior in high school. And I explained to her, I said, well, this will change your life as well because you're a senior and you have to start school, in a different state. So I made sure she was okay with it, and she was okay with it. And so we moved back, and my daughter had a house, big enough for all of us. So um, we moved in with the son-in-law, and it turned out to be a huge nightmare. Now, I won't go into all of that, but it turned out to be oh my God, it was horrible, and it's 2.5 years later, and it's still horrible. So, needless to say, I probably was two months in to living with him, and just helping out every day with the grandbabies. He had to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning, so from 7 to 6, I had the two younger grandbabies. And so I ended up moving out of his house. I moved in, let's see, I think I got here in February of 22. And I moved out by March or April of 22. So it was very, very short lived. But I still continued to go over and, take care of my grandkids. Well, that didn't work out either. So I stopped taking care of my grandkids. And in the last 2.5 years, I have probably only seen my younger two grandkids maybe 8 times, because this father is really a piece of work, and I don't get to see them. And I have gone down to the courts, grandparent rights. It took them a whole year to actually take my case. So as January 17th is when we go to court, so that I can see the two babies, who are now 4 and 2. And I get to see the older boy. He's over every weekend. So it's, no problems with his dad at all. But so that was another blow, a huge blow to my system, because at that time I felt like, the grandkids were all I had left of my daughter. So when he just took them from me, it was something that, that he did on purpose. He knew how much those kids meant to me, and he knew that that was a way to get back at me. But so that was the second blow to my system, along with losing my daughter and going through, the grieving process. And so then after that, the third blow was, like I said, I'll break these down into more detail one by one on different videos, but I'm just giving you an insight on where I am now, and what has happened in these last 2 years. So the second blow was I live in an RV, and I plan on traveling soon. The next couple months, I plan on getting out of here and just doing some traveling in my RV. But anyway, the second blow was parking my RV at my mother's house. It sounded like a good idea. She had the space, we're outside and it's no big deal, but it's obviously a big deal. and it's a problem, but I won't go into that at this point. But my living situation, I mean, it's okay, but it's not okay, you know. So, because my brother and sister live at home with my mom, and obviously they have a problem with me being parked in her driveway. So, anyway, which is meant for an RV anyway. No one was parked here, no one uses this side of the house, but now that I'm here, it's a problem. It's a problem. So that was my third thing. So anyway, with all these things adding up, it does not help with what you're going through. And then, you know, you think people would be a little bit, just a little bit sympathetic and say, hey, I'm not going to put anything else on you. How can I help? No, sir. No, sir. People, they add more and more and more onto your already, your situation that you're trying to deal with. But anyway, like I said, as long as you live, there's going to be problems. You just have to figure out a way to get through those problems. So I'm going to end this video. I'm not going to make it very long, but I just wanted to give a little bit of insight on why I'm starting this channel. And I really, really hope that people that are going through something, or even if you've gone through it and you feel a lot better, or if you just want to help somebody out or talk about it, if you're just, because that's what I want this channel to be about, where we can just talk and maybe put a smile on somebody's face that's having a very bad day, or maybe somebody's just going through it. You can help them get through it or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I know that I'm very frustrated with the lack of compassion or the lack of help that I see that's supposedly out there for people that have lost someone. So anyway, with that being said, I look forward to talking to you, and maybe we can just help each other. And with that, have a wonderful day.